Welcome to DD Healthcare channel. This is Dr. G. Manoharan, gastroenterologist, Chennai. In this video, in continuation with the previous video, I am going to talk to you about the treatment part of the disease called piles. In the earlier video, we have discussed about the nature of the disease, why it comes, who are all getting affected, and what are the clinical symptoms. In this video, we are going to talk about the management. Initially, if the disease is early, that means grade 1 or 2, there is no need to go for any surgical treatment. It is enough if we do conservative treatment in the form of high fiber diet. This is avoiding constipation. That is very important. How do we avoid? Take high fiber diet, fruits, vegetables, plenty of water, and do exercise. And then pass stools on a specific period of time. Don't postpone because of any work or place. You have to maintain the good timing. Whenever you feel like going, you have to go. See that you pass stools every day in the morning completely and comfortably. To that extent, you must modify your food. That's very important. That's one thing. And there are local applications. Some ointments are there. If the cushions are really tough and weak, we can apply some ointments, we can give some oral medications, we can give stool softeners and prokinetic drugs, that is, the medicine that can promote colonic motility better. All that can be tried. Most of the patients will get well with this conservative management, but they have to sustain the result by taking high fiber diet and avoiding constipation for the rest of the life. What do you do for the third and fourth degree patients? Conservative measurement can also be tried, provided if it helps. If there is a failure, then we have to resort to certain interventions. The interventions vary. There are a lot of non-surgical treatment is also available nowadays. We get laser, infrared, cryotherapy, sclerotherapy, banding. There are so many varieties of treatment modalities are available. But if the bleeding is going to be profuse and the bile masses are grade 3 or 4 irreducible, and even it causes descent of the rectum, we call it as prolapse of the rectum, prolapse of the bile masses. Or the bile masses produce complications like perianal hematoma, if it gets infected, perianal abscesses, and all that can warrant surgical intervention. In a good surgical center with adequate precautions and preparations, with appropriate anesthesia, surgical techniques, there are a lot of surgical techniques, given techniques. Stapler techniques are also available. Sutureless hemorrhoidectomy, that is removal of the bile masses, are there. And conventional time-tested, time-proved open surgical techniques are available. Once again, it is going to be a daycare. Suppose if you get operated today, this night or tomorrow morning, you can go home. Only thing is, after going back home, probably you have to go back to your routine, but you have to necessarily do a sitz bathing morning and night for about 3 to 4 weeks till the wound completely heals. Probably if you undergo a stapler hemorrhoidectomy, there is no need to do any sitz bathing. But it all depends to what procedure you underwent. The doctor will advise you properly. But the bottom line is, subsequently, many people ask, sir, after the surgery, will I get it again? It all depends whether you maintain a good passage of stools in the morning. If you avoid constipation, you can avoid a lot of perianal problems. See, most of the perianal problems like hemorrhoids, fistula, fissure, all that comes only because of the constipation. So ultimately, if you correct that, everything can be avoided in future also. But before doing the surgery, the surgeon should take one important precaution, that they will do a sigmoidoscopy. They will cleanse the bowel completely by giving bowel cleaners and then put in a scope called sigmoidoscopy or colonoscopy. Why it is necessary, particularly in elderly people, 50s, 60s, the bile masses may be secondary. Whether it is primary or secondary, we must rule out. If it is secondary due to some other major problem inside the colon, what it is? A colonic cancer in the sigmoid or rectum above may present as a bile mass because of the compression of the blood vessels. So if you think straightforward, it is a bile mass and operate, it's a problem, it's a mistake. So before doing surgery, the pre-request is to do a sigmoidoscopy or a colonoscopy to make sure that the rest of the colon is not having any other problem, because this may be a tip of an iceberg. There may be a bigger problem inside. So most of the surgeons, if they suspect it could be a secondary bile masses, they will definitely do it. Similarly, in portal hypertension patients, the rectum may have varices, like esophageal varices, where patients have blood vomiting. In rectum also, patients can develop dilated blood vessels and then rupture and present like bile mass. In those situations, the treatment is totally different. So it is up to the senior doctors to find out whether it is primary disease or secondary to something else, and then the treatment is simple, but all precautions should be taken adequately so that the patient will go home safely. And if you have any symptoms like this, or if your friends or relatives have similar symptoms, probably you can refer them to see this video. Dear viewers, If you have any doubts or need any clarifications in the content of this video, please post it in the comment box. We are going to discuss a lot of such GI problems in future. Please stay connected with our channel. Thank you.